Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thank you so much for joining me today. Um, I want to before I get into the review, I want to give you make kind of like an announcement, apology type thing. And before I make the apology, I know that I am incredibly lucky when it comes down to the people who subscribe and watch this channel, because you're always saying to me, Harry, don't worry about content. Your family and your health always comes first. And so because of that, I know how fortunate and lucky I am to have such viewers and subscribers on the channel, because it does alleviate pressure from me. But nevertheless, I'm still conscious that I do have a channel. I'm trying to make sure that I give you guys value for your money, even though it's free. You watch the channel, but you know what I mean. I've got a channel that people come to, and I just want to make sure that I'm giving you guys information that's going to help save you guys money whenever you go out and purchase new art supplies, because that's the whole premise behind the channel. But the content as of the last 2 months has been scarce, and I just wanted to kind of like apologize and let you know the reasons why. I've always been honest up front and transparent with this channel, and this is no exception. It is difficult. A few of you know about this, some of you don't, but obviously everybody will know now. Our youngest daughter Amelia, who is 14, for the first 2.5 years of her school was bullied. Not physical bullying, but kind of like mental, systematic bullying for 2.5 years. And what was so incredibly frustrating about that time was that there was nothing my wife and I could do about it. No matter how many times we spoke to parents that were involved, or the school, or anything like that, the three girls in particular that were doing this just ramped things up and just made things worse for Amelia. But at the beginning of this year, around about January, February, things started kind of like taking a toll on Amelia, and you could see things changing. Round about I think January, February, March, April, maybe May, she actually left gymnastics, so she doesn't do that anymore. It was one of the one structured things that was left in her life. She wasn't going into school for the past 4 months, the last 4 months of the term, or the year, sorry, because of what was happening. And obviously we were going in and out with the school and having meetings and speaking to them about it. But in this day and age of PC correctness and what have you, there's nothing that can be done. If your child's being bullied by another child, there's nothing you can do about it, really. 9 times out of 10, the child that's doing the bullying will have issues, and those issues will take precedent over the child that's actually being bullied. And you tend to find that the person that is doing the bullying gets more help and support. At least that seems to have been the case in our situation. What's really frustrating is I spent my life, my adult life in any case, in a job where I was there being trained to protect people who were unable to protect themselves. And then when it came down to my daughter, I wasn't able to do it. And we went through, things have obviously escalated and got to a point where Amelia has been going through the NHS system here in the UK, which is a group called CAMS, which is kind of like a mental health unit for young teens and young adults. But it was useless, and we found ourselves in a real difficult situation. We didn't know what to do. Private was a way forward for us, but we couldn't afford that. But we got help from a very special friend financially for that, and I can't express how grateful we are for that help as well, because that has been amazing. Amelia has just really started that process, but it's a process nonetheless that is probably going to take some time, and we've just got to be patient. But it's hindered me doing things like getting videos done, that type of thing. And I just want to apologise, just let you know what's going on, and hopefully going forward things will change. Mental health, PTSD, things like that are very close to my heart. and as is bullying. I've always despised bullies. The fact that I've never been bullied ever, all through my school life and even joining the army, I was never ever bullied. I do not know why. I've spoke to so many people about what's been happening with Amelia and stuff like that, and so many people have experienced bullying at one time or another in their life, and it's just never happened to me, and I feel so blessed that it didn't. But at the same time, there's times I'm bewildered as to why it never happened. And especially given that it never happened to me, I don't understand where my hatred towards bullies has come from. And I know in this, like I say, in this day and age of PC correctness and all the rest, we've got to understand the mindset of the bully and stuff like that, which is all very well and good if you're coming from a neutral position. But when you're the father or the mother or brother or sister or whatever, or of a loved one that is being bullied, it's really difficult to try to take a step back and understand where the bully is coming from. It's really difficult. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of like let you know why the content has been so low. I have got tons of products to review for you guys, and I'm trying so hard to get some sort of system in place where I can get on top of things and start getting good content out for you. Finally, before I get into also just move on to the review, I'm trying something a little bit different here. As you can see, I've got like 3 different cameras set up. I've got all these new wonderful lighting and stuff, which has come from a subscriber. None of this is to do with me. A subscriber of the channel donated a substantial amount of money that has enabled for this to help me be able to do this. And so I'm trying out a few different things. I'm hoping that the different cameras that I'm using is going to give me the ability to show different angles of the products, mix things up a little bit, but ultimately give you the best viewing experience that I can possibly try and deliver to you, so that the reviews are just a little bit more in depth. The images will still be popping up because I think they're quite essential whenever it comes to things like showing texture and what have you of pencil on a particular paper, that type of thing. So, and in this case as well, because the review today is of the Derwent Metallic Colored Pencils, and the images have been quite essential in this because these lights, wonderful that they are, obviously on a metallic surface there's a lot of glare and bounce and stuff like that, but I was able to rectify that a little bit with the still shots. So hopefully all of this together will deliver a better viewing experience for you all. I'm sorry that this is going on for a long time, this introduction part, but it won't be the case all the time. So I will have a timestamp down below if you just want to skip this and go straight into the review. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the new Derwent Metallic Colored Pencils to review, but just to confuse you even more, Derwent sent these out to me before the new metallic pencils came out. So this tin is not the actual tin for the new metallic pencils. This is the tin for the new kind of like rebranding of the old metallic pencils. But I'll try and explain that to you in a second. So the image that you see coming up on your screen now is the tin that you will see for the new metallic pencils. So this was the reason why Derwent have done this is because it's marking the 20th anniversary of the metallic range that they have had in on their shelves. Now, this is one of the things I love about Derwent. I personally think Derwent have been leading the way in innovation in so much as colored pencils are concerned. Pencils like the Graphitint and the Inktense. I know a lot of companies have similar type pencils now, but to the best of my knowledge, Derwent were the first to come out with both types of those pencils. And even the Derwent drawing range. I know a lot of companies do similar type pencils, but the Derwent drawing range is just a gorgeous set of pencils. Derwent were one of the first companies as well to come out with like a 12 set of metallic pencils. A lot of companies in the bigger sets, like the 120s and stuff like that, you would sometimes get 2 or 3 metallic pencils in those sets, like a gold and a silver and perhaps even a bronze. But I think Derwent were one of the first to come out with like a dedicated 12 set. So I originally thought that Derwent were going to be doing away with the old set and just bringing this out, but they're not. They're keeping both sets, and I suppose it makes sense. So this is what the old set looked like. They have this kind of like silver barrel, and the writing on it is in like blue metallic. And there's a little paintbrush icon along the barrel to indicate that it is a water-soluble pencil. I don't want to get too much into this pencil because it's not what the review is about. I'm just kind of like showing you the difference. But the reason why they're keeping both is obviously one is water-soluble and one is non-water-soluble. So, but I just wanted to highlight that to you and clarify it a little bit, especially that I'm holding the wrong tin. So bearing in mind, the tin that I'm showing you here with the silver pencils on the front is the tin that you would see the water-soluble pencils in. Now, the new metallic pencils look like this. They are really gorgeous. They are sporting this kind of like beautiful rose gold copper finish on the barrel. The barrel is hexagonal, just like the old style. It's a 7.5 millimeter diameter barrel, and it's a 3.5 millimeter core. Along the barrel it says made in Britain, then Derwent, the company name, metallic, which is the range. Then at the end here you've got the pigment name, pigment number, because the pencils are sold up in stock. And then you've got this iconic Derwent diagonal line that it separates the barrel from the pigment identifier on the very end. So with this being the 20th anniversary, obviously Derwent haven't just come out with this new set of 12. They've also brought out a 20 set. Now, the 20 set is a limited edition set. I'm not 100% sure how long it's going to be on the shelves for, but there's obviously 8 additional pigments in that. Unfortunately, I don't have them here to show you, but the images that you'll be seeing coming up on your screen, they come in like a box, like a... I'm not too sure. It's not a tin. It's like a box set. It looks gorgeous. The artwork on the front of it is beautiful as well. They also sell as well 6. Like there's 3 blister packs with 6 pencils in it. So obviously that only equates to 18 pencils. So you would obviously have to get the remaining 2 open stock to make up your full 20 range. The blister packs consist of what they class as traditional, which is gold, pewter, bronze, antique gold, copper, and silver. They're the traditional metallic pencils. Then they've got the brights, and then they have pastels in the blister packs as well. They also have like a 72 tub. Derwent do this sometimes with their graphitint, their drawn range, that type of pencil, and you can get these 72 tubs which have this. Obviously, there's only like 20 pencils here, or in this case 12, but the pigments are replicated, so it just means that you've got a big tub of 72 pencils, and you're not going to run out dead fast. But obviously, with it being the 20th anniversary set, they also have 2 other sets in there that are really kind of unique and, you know, typical Derwent on an anniversary set. So the first one is a 15 centimeter ruler with 6 metallic pencils, and that little ruler is copper. It looks like a beautiful little set. The other one, and a lot of people call me a Derwent fanboy because I never criticize Derwent. I have done in the past, but for some reason it's not been picked up. But I'm a little bit critical of this NYX set that they've brought out. It looks gorgeous. It's basically a copper block. It's a paperweight. When you buy it, you get 6 pencils with it. So you get this tiny little copper block, 6 pencils. The copper block has 6 holes drilled in the top of it where you place the pencils so that they are easy to select. But that little set, regardless how gorgeous it looks, is 50 quid. Now, I guess it's down to you to determine whether you feel that's worth it or not. And ordinarily, I never talk about a product that I haven't had in my hands and tested and reviewed, that type of thing. So if when I get hold of one of these, I change my mind on the value of it, then I will obviously say so. But just for now, I just personally think £50, regardless how beautiful the set is a little bit steep. So let me get the pencils. Now, a lot of people, and myself included, kind of think that metallic pencils are best done on black paper, uh, which isn't always the case. I have tested these on other papers just to give you a little bit of an indication of what they look like. It definitely pops better on black paper, but on some of the other papers I've tested, I think you'll be really pleasantly surprised at how well it's turned out. So the top range here is the new Derwent metallic pencils. The bottom range here is the old Derwent water-soluble pencils, and I think you can see the difference in the brightness and kind of like the shimmer, what you would expect from a metallic pigment on the new setup here at the top. Now, one thing I will say about this new pencil as well is Derwent are categorizing this as a wax-based pencil, and you all know what I feel about pigeonholing pencils as wax or oil-based, but nevertheless, this is possibly one of the creamiest, softest cores I've used, and yes, people will ask me, is it softer and creamier than Prismacolor? Yes, it is. And so on that basis, I would love to see, I don't know what the ingredients are, I don't know what they've put in this core, but whatever it is, I would love to see Derwent do like a 72 set of just traditional colors using the exact same ingredient. I know Derwent have the Color Soft, and you know, that is a great pencil. I love using the Color Soft, but I think this core is just really special. So as I said, I have got the pigment on other papers. So I've used Derwent's own watercolor paper here. This is just a little A5 pad. But you can see there on white paper, the pigment does really show up well. And, you know, the pigment equally pops on this white paper. I've also got it on some Strathmore toned grey. But I think the grey paper kind of like... it mutes the colors a lot, doesn't really do an awful lot for the colors, but you still get that shimmer effect, which you can see here. And then finally, I've used this Strathmore Tone Tan, and you can see there that the Tone Tan actually is a really nice paper to use with these pencils as well. I only wish I had the additional 8 pigments so that I could show you the full range, but unfortunately I only have this set for the time being. But all in all, I have actually really enjoyed using the Derwent, this new set of Derwent metallic pencils. I think I haven't obviously done any artwork with this review, and that is more to do with my lack of creativity when it comes to metallic pencils, and I think that was one of my problems when I was always dealing with metallic type pencils. I could never really think of a subject matter to draw or to color with just metallic based pencils. But like I say, that is purely down to a lack of creativity on my part. There are plenty of images and drawings on Pinterest and Instagram that people have done with this metallic style pencil, and they've created some beautiful work. The artwork on the tin, a perfect example. I think I've covered everything. Don't forget, all the prices and things I got for all of these sets that I've just mentioned will be over in the Art Gear Guide. I prefer putting them down on the written review so that if they change it, I can change them easier than I can do on this video. But this is a gorgeous pencil, really is. I never used to be a fan of metallic pigments, but companies certainly have increased the quality of metallic pencils, and this set is no exception. This set is really gorgeous. You can definitely tell as soon as you put the pigment down on the paper that it is a metallic. It does give off that metallic sheen that you would expect from a metallic pigment. And I've just really enjoyed it. And like I say, I would love to see Derwent come out. Whatever they've done, whatever the ingredient is in this pencil, I would love them to do a new range. And I know Derwent have a fantastic line. You know, they've just come out with a light fast. Last year or the year before, it was the Pro Color. Derwent are really doing well in terms of bringing out new pencils for their customers. But I've just fallen in love with how soft and creamy this core is, and I think it would do really well with like a 72 set or 120 set of traditional colors. The same type of colors that are in the 120 set of the Derwent Artist range would look nice, but I'm running away with myself. Finally the packs that they have to coincide with the 20th anniversary are gorgeous, and I don't mean to be, downhearted on the paperweight, the Derwent metallic copper paperweight set. I just feel if they maybe brought it down £10 or £20, it would be more inviting, and probably more realistic. And that's all that's my only issue with that set. It's just the price. It's not how the thing looks or anything like that, because like I say, I haven't had it, I haven't tested it, so I'm only talking about the price. Anyway guys, thank you so much for all your support. I know this has been a long video. I know the intro was long as well. Like I say, I will have a timestamp down below so you can scroll past the intro and just get straight into the review. But thank you so much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you all are keeping well. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next review, which will be a lot sooner than the last one. I promise you that. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.